you know.
During it,
Yeah.
what is?
While you drink.
Yeah.
Ah,
you
I
drink.
see. Something you eat whilst you drink, like nuts.
Jesus.
Nuts? No,
Yeah,
that's for
what?
beer. You
Yeah.
leave that for beer. You need
Way
some...
too British, right? We're talking about vodka, and you're like,
Yeah,
you go to
yeah.
the pub and you have a pint, and there's peanuts on the side.
Not anymore, we don't. Britain's now in lockdown, if you haven't
It's
heard.
true.
Yeah, we are, the whole country's now locked down for, I believe, 3 weeks, and we'll review it in 3 weeks. It might even be longer than that. So, yeah, everyone's stuck indoors over there. So, no pubs, no nuts, no nothing.
No pubs, no nuts. Sounds like a very sad life.
And for a lot of
but you
Brits,
have
it
those,
really is.
and you have a draft.
You
as
do,
well.
you do, exactly. You have those, you have a draft, you have a great tournament here to entertain you and get you through the day. So, what are we starting out with? We're going to go with the Rubik, the Snapfire, the Mars, and the Templar Assassin, all banned out from HellRaisers. Meanwhile, NaVi, they get rid of the Timbersaw, the Chen, and the
And the
Phantom
question is,
Lancer.
will they ban it? Will they ban it?
No, they're probably not. I'm currently circling.
Flash?
No, Furion.
Ah, Furion.
Furion's
yeah,
very-
that's also true.
Been banned against NaVi multiple times.
Furion, Lycan, Lesh.
Yeah. The zoo is online.
Void Spirit.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
Like Hellraisers, they can pick this. But at least this time, NaVi, I don't think Miposhka actually showed that he played at position 5 yet. So this was like their big reveal in game 2. So now NaVi are aware of it. They're not going to be so all in on going, okay, this hero might be mid, he's got core, he's going to be running at like support. He goes Yules, he has presence, but it's containable. You can deal with it to some degree. But I'd like.
At the same time, sometimes rotating your doing this bait doesn't necessarily have to be really good, because sometimes your 5 can be almost anything because of
Pretty
the other
much.
4 heroes and the fact that you've baited them, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you try to bait them, but their lineup is still stronger. It doesn't matter that you're gonna counter their pick in the end, because you end up with the Void Spirit position 5. And
Yeah.
on paper and in reality, that's not too great.
Has Void Spirit done a bit too much yoga? Has he become too flexible, do you think?
It's early days. You know, he's just started moving into that 5 role. So he's got a little bit more limbering up to do before he's truly the ultimate flex. Like, for example, the Batrider was, where he went mid instead of support. Or the Mars, that could potentially be 4 or off lane. What's this?
Yeah,
Very
I-
animated yes that you're giving me.
There you go.
There we go.
Yes!
You have
got
it.
him.
You have it. There we go. Furion,
Go me.
you're expecting it carry?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so
Oh, it's technically...
Of course. How would Furion not be
please.
carry?
Not
No,
only
it's flexible.
did you watch all the crystallized games, right?
All 19
on
of them.
Dota?
I have
You
analyzed.
also downloaded replays. And
Jesus.
you
Okay,
watched
so,
how he
all right,
plays,
let's not overcomplicate it, guys. Back in the old days of HFN K3, the absolute Brazilian god, that is the Nature's Prophet carry extraordinaire, he would go Treads, Drums, Mjolnir, AC, BKB, Satanic Daedalus.
So just right-click, carry.
You play off your attack speed talent, you play off like the fact that you're going to pump out your global, you push, it's bada bing, bada boom, it's
The
good.
Wrath of Nature as well,
Exactly the
right?
same build that Crystallize does, because my boy K3, he started it, so we're back. Also, it could just be flexed into a 5 or an off lane, so let's not get too carried away yet.
Yeah, you already see that Pango is another super flex pick, so they're opening with 2. Last game, they open up, I believe, with 2 supports. This game, they open up with 2 heroes that you really can't place on the map instantly.
The main reason they picked it here, though, is they want to keep the Furion carry open, and if you go for, if you let them have Pangolier, it will destroy the Furion carry, because obviously if you go for push, it's instantly the D push is there, and it's just annoying to have Pangolier running at you. Like, Nature's Prophet carry likes playing off of aggression, and the fact that you can't really collapse onto him. So, for example, Troll's really good against him, like the Pangoliers, these big team fighters. Furion likes a little bit more delicate lineups.
Meanwhile, HR,
Yep.
they actually picked that Void Spirit and followed it up with the position 4 Elder Titan. I believe this is definitely going to be a Roger hero. It gives you that spirit to scout the Furion and stop him from Sprout TPing away. Also gives you a lot of damage once you hit all those 3 ends.
Yeah, exactly. In laning phase, I was going to say the fact you get the spirit against the Furion in laning phase, but
Ooh,
yeah.
I like this a lot.
This is something that you really need whenever you're playing into an Elder Titan. You either get a lot of evasive heroes on your position 5 and 4, or you get heroes that can just disable him until his double damage or plus 300 damage just wanes away.
Yeah, it's also really great against the Void Spirit as well. You know, no matter what position he's in, if you've got that instant hex, if you've got those shackles as well, it's a great opportunity to hold him still, beat him down, and stop him being that elusive little bugger that he can be.
I think Shadow Demon is pretty good for HellRaisers here. It's like a soft bit of D push. You need a save against maybe the Shaman with that kind of the late game shackles, kind of that control. It does obviously show that the Void Spirit will be a core, but I think it could be a nice, like, you're playing off the save already on ET, so you double that up, and you've already put NaVi in a position where it's like, okay, if you want to run at us and go for our buildings, then you have to commit, because if you don't, then you're never going to really kill our heroes here.
Getting a hero that can deal with those wards from Shadow Shaman would be really important for them, because with ET, you are defending yourself versus the Furion, versus all the Treants, right? Because of the Echo Stomp and the Astral Spirit. At the same time, you don't really have anything right now versus the Serpent wards. So getting a hero that can deal with those prevents them from pushing earlier. And they go with the Ember Spirit. So far, they were picking Lashrak at this point, at this stage of the game. This time around, however, they go for the Ember Spirit. I like it because it's very mobile. It's never really threatened by a Sprout, and also works well versus those illusion heroes that NaVi like to pick so much.
But you can see as well, it's the fact that they adapt the way that they pick based on if they're first or second. Here, they're not gonna have last pick, right, in the entire draft. So they pick the Ember as their flex hero. We've seen it been played on both their position 1 and position 2. Now you like NaVi have to basically show, is our Fury offlane? Are we picking an offlaner instead? Is it going to be carry Fury? And like, they're going to decide and reveal pretty much their entire draft from this next pick. So now HellRaisers are in that position. Like in the past 2 drafts, they've got that big boss core pick that they can now put in that second phase. They cover it with their final ban.
Will Magical finally get a good line?
A good game?
A good game, yeah. That's the question.
It's hard to say. Like,
his matchup should be all right now.
You'd say that. Yeah, the first game I think matchup was really bad, and in the second game, it was just rough. I think he lost the pace of the game to even try and have any kind of presence, and also the Naga really lapped a lot of farming. We go back to the Disruptor.
So
hey there,
we
buddy.
For sure know that these are the cores, or at least we guess that Pango is going to be the offlane and Furion will be that safe laner, pretty much based off of Crystallize's latest pubs, right? He spammed a lot of Furion on that position 1.
Sure.
Well, overall, Disruptor is pretty neat here. It gives you some catch, that ulti is alright, but in my opinion, I think they could have picked another brawler type hero on position 4, which would have worked maybe a little bit better.
I think you go like Meepo or Brood here, and then you ban Kunkka. That could be pretty good, I think.
For HR?
Easy. For HR, yeah.
I don't think you even need to ban Kunkka if you're going for Meepo.
Can't go lane really well.
But like, but look at this lineup right now. You have the ability to take towers, fight. Like, they need a mid lane that can frontline and just be part of the team. And I think Kunkka is way too easy for them to execute this lineup. You have this catch, the sustain, you have the run buff.
Some frontliner.
Frontline as well. Like, it's so easy to move. And the fact that Shaman unlocks any draft to take towers, right? And you pair that again with the Nature's Prophet as well. So it's like double tower taking ability. I think Kunkka is really strong for NaVi. And instead they just go for Medusa. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, they secure themselves the late game. The only question is, when Crystallize plays this Furion, how active is he early on? Because Medusa can suffer against those early game teleportations into Sprout, into all those treants blocking you, attacking you.
Yeah, we've said it so many times before. It's the fact that who can take the tier 1s first, who unlocks the map, and Furion, that is why he's so strong. Medusa does not like any pressure, and the fact, so you get to line around level 4, level 5, even before level 6 on Furion, you can TP mid off the catapult wave at 5 potentially, get a bit of pressure, go back to lane. As soon as you hit 6, that ultimate, so much damage, and you're going to at least take 2 towers within that kind of 10 to 15 minute window if it's a kind of an even pace game. So.
Does this make it... Was TA banned? Yeah, TA
yeah,
banned
it's a first. You have to ban out in the first 4 against NaVi. You got to respect the magical TA for sure.
Yeah, it just looks like a really good pickup for them as well. Kunkka,
they always
I still like it though.
I believe HellRaisers are setting themselves up for this last pick Funnick hero. So the time in which, I know Voicepick could be offlane, but the way that they've drafted so far, they've all, like in this scenario, it's going to be a Funnick last pick. So think about the Weaver, think about maybe Night Stalker, like any, this is a Funnick pick last. It's going to be another position 5.
So you think it's position 5 Void Spirit?
Yeah, for sure. Like look at the lockdown and the fact, like, I think actually Weaver is so boss tier here. Like, they can't kill the Medusa, really.
It's good versus Furion in the laning stage
it's
as
good.
well.
Like, there's not enough lockdown. If they do, Funnick, we've seen it times before, he runs in, baits spell. As soon as you use Static Storm or use a Hex, the fight's already, like, you've lost all your ability to take a fight, right?
It's also really good if he gets that Aghanims.
For the Medusa.
For the Medusa,
exactly,
it's one of the... Also, you could go for something more simple. You could get yourself an Omni Knight.
But let's get carried away. Let's get in the moment, you know?
Let's get
like, I'm like, Weaver!
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
But Bloodseeker could be in. No, that's not good at all. What am I saying? Ignore that.
What the hell is its ban though?
You mean for
NaVi.
For Pangolier? Yeah.
No, I mean like NaVi picking Bloodseeker just to try and play off of the fact that they're going to have super high tempo, like take buildings with Shaman.
I'd kind of like to see them do that, yeah, because they've played like some really slow games so far, and it's been looking
Vengeful. All right, this is also
Venge.
very good for them. It activates the Medusa a little bit harder.
Sure.
It can be your offlaner too for them. With the other Titan, they can play it like that. Also, Void Spirit can be offlane too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, you know what I'd like to see? I'd love to see the Funnick Venge.
Yeah,
Because his entire playstyle like going in. Yeah.
I've seen him play a lot of Venge before as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is the position 3 Vengeful. On the other hand, what do you think about Huskar? Still in. You could even cheese it more with something like a Broodmother as well.
No, they just go.
They go with the Morphling. Okay.
Which is it's nice to see. I think they needed to find a way to actually play the game later than like 20 minutes, because with all the heroes they had so far, it's like, well, what's going to happen next? And because of Medusa, but I think it's Morphling, it's really strong. The amount of space that Furion can make if you have that strong start, when you get to that treads, drum, maelstrom kind of point where you move around the map super active, if you collapse on the towers of Medusa, it's really good. I think the main concern is you have this ET save, you're going to have this Venge potentially if he's caught by a lot of auras, if it's support, you have the swap. Like,
it's so simple for them to catch this Furion if it's position 1.
But they are greedy.
You have Terror, you have Ember, you have Elder Titan, Void Spirit even.
But it's so much greed though, right? Like we saw NaVi play the Ember Spirit. He was like 9k net worth when the cores were on like 14, 15. Like I could potentially see HellRaisers. They don't have that big snowball lineup that they've had in the last 2 games where they've had that big outdraft. And this time, NaVi, they're the ones that can actually create that tempo. And you might be seeing Medusa and Ember in the same portion of the map trying to farm up. You got Void Spirit, potentially the 5, unless the Avengers. Like
they've got a lot of flexibility on HellRaisers, but I think Navi, like I think this Morphling pick is almost like cowardly from Navi. Like I think this is just like trying to secure the late game. But you know, that's our opinions. We also have the opinions of OD, Pixel, and S4. How's it going, gents?
Not bad. I'm excited for this. Of course, once again, you know, it's 2-0 up. HellRaisers. I got to be honest though, I'm really liking what HellRaisers is doing. Once again, this is just smart stuff from them, and I'm not a huge fan of the last pick, Morphling. I mean, S4. What do you reckon about these 2 drafts?
Yeah, why don't you like the Morph out of Pixel?
They're picking it into an Elder Titan S4, and I'd consider Elder Titan pretty damn good against that here. I mean, I don't, you know, I'm just a scrub, you know, so what do I know? But what's going on?
It's looking like an interesting draft. I'm going to let you two get into it. As I understand the game is underway. Have a lot of fun. Enjoy the game. This is NaVi versus HellRaisers game number 3.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nomad, as we do get ourselves ready for this one. So yeah, S4, I mean, what is the thought process here from NaVi? It's what we don't care. There's an ET. Our Morph is that good that he's never going to get caught out. He's never going to get bursted. He's going to be able to carry this game late against the Deuce. Do you like that thinking?
Yeah, but he could do it with other heroes better, I think. I think Crystallize is a bit angry or salty from the last games. I mean, starting from game 1, I think his team didn't give him enough on the AM, if you remember. So he might be a little bit salty, so he needs some momentum here. Morphling could be the momentum.
And you think
morale.
Because of that sort of mental state that he's in this draft, it's very much him going, I want to play this hero, and the team going, okay, you take it.
Yeah, a little bit, but he might have some idea against Void Spirit with this hero too. We'll see. It might be like very broken. I don't know how it works.
I see what you mean. What you're saying, you're thinking along the lines of being able to use the mobility, and also what I guess mainly the resonant pulse idea of you getting in. I guess if you want to get the Ags, you are going to have the 2 charges of Resonant Pulse as well to really have that incredible duration of the shield and the silence. Yeah. That could work. There could be something there.
I don't even know if it works. I've never seen Morphing as White Spirit before.
Yeah. No, you should definitely. I'm pretty sure you definitely get the Ags charges. Obviously, if you have the Ags. But which I can't imagine would be something that Crystallize picks up early. Depends if that is really what he's thinking. But we'll see. I mean, other than that, do you think they've got sort of sufficient means to deal with this Deucer as the scaling happens? Because I feel like the fact that this Deucer has these 2, in my opinion, excellent supports behind her. You know, this Venge and ET, they are just going to enable this Medusa so much and make it rather hard for NaVi to get on top of her.
Yeah, I would say they can deal with Deucer easily this game if they beat her on lane. But Deucer's going mid, so it's a bit problematic because they can't stop him mid. They can stop him bottom lane easily, but mid is another thing to worry about.
I mean, what are sort of the best options going to be for them in that regards? Is it just sort of looking towards the Shaman, trying to find some sort of timing to wrap round behind him in the mid lane?
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait until Pango ulti. I think they're gonna focus super hard on bottom. Ember should not get a game here. Let's see what Nyx is doing. The Medusa. It's warding. So yeah, I think bottom lane is pretty hard for the Ember because Rasta buys boost. They picked Rasta against, but as soon as they saw ET, they picked Rasta because Rasta will buy boots against support ET who's gonna run at you. And the 2 range heroes hitting ETs, he can't sustain.
30 seconds.
So it's a very good response for that lane.
Yeah, we'll see how NaVi can keep a hold of that down bottom and make sure that Kasani starts this game is a slow one indeed. Down the line, do you think would you consider the control that NaVi have? Is it going to be good enough to deal with both of these spirits darting around the fight, the Ember Spirit and the Void Spirit? Is this sort of Shaman Disruptor enough in that regard?
Yeah, I think so. It's all about can Dusa click Stone Gaze before they initiate, and if he can't, the Dire can win the fight actually. So like Rasta hexing Dusa before Stone Gaze comes out, it will change the fight. So we'll see. You have to keep an eye on that because that's kind of how you counter Dusa. You jump him first. It's a very good jump, Dusa. Even though he's tanky, you have to. Look at Rasta. Wanted to place a ward or scout the ward.
I won't be able to find the chance to do so quite yet. On top, the matchup to be Crystallize and Ilias Disruptor Morph against the Venge, and of course the offlane Void Spirit, a hero that we have seen in a multitude of positions at the moment with the pro teams. A lot of experimentation and a lot of ways to play this hero.
Yeah,
I mean, how would you consider this top lane to go? Is there an edge here for one of the
yeah,
two?
I think NaVi has the edge on this lane. They have the range edge and region. But HellRaisers, they're gonna go for level 2 timing here. Venge should try to get 2 also. So when both hits 2, they're gonna go for a kill on either Disruptor or Morph. That's their only way into this lane, kinda. Go even.
So, overall, this sort of lane setup, you say it's allowing NaVi to really abuse these side lanes, but the upside for HellRaisers is going to be the fact that this mid Medusa should have a pretty smooth opening to the game.
Yeah, it's Magical is a mid player, Nyx is a safe lane player, so you have to consider that a bit. You see Magical is racking up to CS right now.
Yeah, pretty much having that sizable lead. Nyx has got the 2 range creeps held nicely by his tower though, so we'll be able to secure those without Magical able to get close enough for a deny opportunity. See how the CS is looking for Kasani down bottom. 10-0 against the 6-0. So far, at least on that level 1, few waves. Ember Spirit not feeling too much heat, but we'll see how that changes. And both Slayer being the key one, really having that second point ready to spend on whichever ability he feels will help them get some damage done. Roger, starting to head forward himself now with the 2. Can play a little more aggressively, knowing he has the stomp to rely on, as long as Slayer's used his disable.
Yeah, Disruptor's playing pretty well here actually. So this is the level 2 time I was talking about. They might not be enough. It is enough. Yeah, level 2 timing. But Disruptor is playing really well because... Was that a double salve?
It was. First salve was cancelled. Second salve comes through, healing Miposhka up, and it's allowed them to trade a lot of damage back onto Crystallize, whilst Crystallize spent time trying to chase that Vengeful Spirit kill. He won't get it.
Oh, good job by Crystallize. He saw the mana on White Spirit, so he didn't even morph there. Yeah, Disruptor's playing well. Even though he died there, he gave a solo XP to Morph, because Morph is all about level 3. This hero gets insane at level 3 in terms of stats.
Yeah, this is the point where you've got to be a little careful if you're HellRaisers in terms of how you want to poke, especially Funnick. Getting quite the beating. You will chase with the waveform. The waveform itself doesn't connect.
Yeah, level 1.
Right clicks alone aren't enough. He is going to be forced to head back out. He's got regen back out. In fact, the bottle is delivered, so Funnick will be able to stay in the lane quite nicely. Minute and a half until those bounty runes too, so should be able to play in a way that
Bottom
Allows
lane.
him to
They
get the
can turn
refill.
this.
Stomp. It does
Stomp hit,
connect.
stomp.
Allows Kasani to get a little deeper. He's going to have one more Sleight Fist to play with. He's not going to commit it. It's just level 1. Actually, Slayer's stepping back in, taking a bit more damage from that Flame Guard.
He would die with one more hit there. Because Slide was up. That was such a sick stomp because they could turn. Otherwise, the Prophet could be hitting them while they were chasing him. But he got stomped also, if you saw.
Yeah, they're playing this lane really nicely down bottom. And again, well, you would consider the HellRaisers, this is not an easy lane for the two heroes to play. It's a situation where this Ember could have been abused, but Kasani, he's coming out pretty strong in this lane.
They need to call them missing. Bottom is pushing in.
Can trip him up. Let's see if HellRaisers fall foul to this movement. Slayer.
Oh, hits every swashbuckle.
There's the setup, instant TP.
Okay.
Slayer won't be able to get this down. Yeah, couldn't find the chance to get away with that gank successfully. And that time away, it's just giving more and more space to Kasani down bottom. The pull's going to be made. TP back in from the Prophet, but he's going to have 2 waves coming into him. We'll trade some damage. Regen's still pretty good on Kasani. He's got 2 tangos and a salve. Good to go still. Top lane crystallized down to his last tango, but does have that regen with the headdress. Yeah, they make sure they get that refill for Funix bottle. And all around the map, just NaVi, as it seems, unable to set up and look to try and secure anything for themselves.
Yeah, I really want them to try and dominate bottom hard. Because it's the same as last game. You cannot give this Ember 6 before you start pushing his tower. Look at Roger, his positioning. There's a treant. He's trying to dodge the vision from the treant. It's very small. So he walked beside it. Can get past.
And in terms of that mid lane move, you feel like Slayer would have done better to wait until the 6 was there on Pango before trying. Yeah.
Exactly. Pasha going down. Slides. And yeah, looking very good for HellRaisers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're keeping a good hold of all 3 lanes. All 3 of their core are having a great start to.
Yeah, Ember is the key to the mid game here, and he's not shut down.
And attempts to Funix is made. Yeah, Magical will be able to get the ball refill at least to keep him healthy in the middle lane. Pasha and Slayer back down bottom, but the space that Kasani's got, you know, he's sort of a wave or 2 away from having the 6, and then this is a kill that these 2 heroes just cannot get. Once he has the Remnant out, there's going to be not enough lockdown to control this Ember. He's playing aggressive into this. Pasha has to go for the TP. Has got the chains, tries for it, but cannot get in. The treants end up tanking the chains connection.
They should summon the Rasta here from XP. It's even more important. They can do it and killing the tower. Because he is leeching a lot of XP. So, what I was gonna say, yeah, they need to defend bottom. Very good by Slayer. They didn't zone him. So I want this Pango to go bottom with the roll while Rasta takes mid. Because it got to that point where their lanes didn't go well enough, so it's time to make the move on Ember before 6.
Yeah, they're really running out of time to do that. He's going to have that 6 very, very shortly on the safe lane Ember.
Yeah.
And there's something that gank's hard to make already. We've seen the plays on Funix, very difficult to do. He's got the point in the dissimulate, so as it is, Ilias alone, the glimpse is just never going to catch him out. Funix are always able to dodge it, and that 6 is going to be there for him soon. So it really is a question of where can NaVi make the plays. They're looking towards mid. Bit of harassment onto Nyx, but Miposhka's there, sat behind him. Anybody that comes in underneath the tower is going to take a magic missile to the face. So NaVi, their only real option, it feels, is just to try and secure this area for Crystallized to farm, because making plays, it's just hard to do so. The lanes have gone even, and HellRaisers are very, very happy with that. They're coming out with that edge because of the heroes that they had. Their weaknesses early haven't been exploited.
Now you can't even go mid anymore because they will leave Ember bottom solo and just sit and camp mid or top. Ember hit 6, so he should just TP base, refill, have remnants ready, and sit on bot lane for as long as he can. Pretty much. Haste run. Doesn't really matter this haste run, but he can maybe do something.
I mean, what is the best bet as NaVi? Because, as I say, the cores are so hard to kill with these 6s. What can you look to do? Can you try and take some objective, or?
What they need to do is they need to force TPs top lane through the morph or mid lane like this. Then they need to move their heroes to bottom lane when Ember's out bottom.
I mean, they've come in here around the mid to just try and farm some of the stack that's been made. He's dead and gone. Deep past the tower. HellRaisers also getting the profit. There's just not a play that NaVi can make here. Ilias has got to stay hidden in the trees.
Can he get the disruptor?
He's gonna jump back across with this haste rune. Magical really pushing his limit. He's actually gonna walk straight into the remnant. The haste rune, it's worn off. He has got the rolling thunder and a TP if he wants to make the safe escape. He's actually trying to stick around for this kill attempt, but Roger is standing in a way where Magical, he cannot get to him. Magical turns to Funix instead, but Funix got the dissimulate. Over to Magical they go. The stomp into the magic missile. Magical, he's just dead. He could have opted for the rolling thunder TP play. He didn't. He doesn't get anything, and he loses his life as 3 members of NaVi just die all over the map.
And you might wonder, why did Ember move all the way from bottom just to go for that kill? It's because they bought a urn, right? So he's claiming the urn charges because getting a vessel this early is just gonna make this morph not a hero. So very nice item build by Ember, recognizing that Dusa is the true one this game. He needs to fight.
And he's, as you say, with this quick earn and quick charges, he's on track for very good timing with the Spirit Vessel. Bounty runes are coming up. HellRaisers, again, they get the majority. It's going to be 2 for 2. Pasha is able to get past, and good Sprout block will stop Kasani from grabbing that one. So they managed to equalize on the bounty runes. Courier will be sniped as well. Pasha is able to take it down. That extra bit of damage from the Nature's Wrath helping out. And they've got the 3 heroes bottom. They want to try and do something here with Crystallize.
Yeah, they should play the defensive area on Radiant, and they can't really do anything. But here we go. Hex, ooh. He would have died there, actually.
Yeah, it looks like Hex hits. Quite get close enough. Kasani with a remnant out before Slayer was in reach.
So Morph got top tier if you didn't realize. I was talking about it. They baited TP's mid. They died for it, which is not good, but that was the play. Bait TP's mid.
Funny.
Got a top tower.
He's able to just style on this disruptor while he's alone, and I think, you know, NaVi, they've got to really think hard about how much they can get from this push. They know that HellRaisers is going to be here ready to fight back, and HellRaisers, their heroes are just that little bit more strong at the moment. NaVi, they are going to drop the wards. Kasani is going to get caught out by the Hex. If they got any protection, they have, Roger. He's going to send the Spirit forward, look for the stomp on the Shaman. Miposhka as well, committing the swap. Another swap as he tries to run away. Pots the stick charges. He's pulling NaVi's attention away from the rest of the Magical. Gets the Rolling Thunder cancel onto the TP of Roger in time. Slayer's able to head over with the backup Hex. They will get the 2 supports. NaVi, they get these kills, and they do manage to get the tower. Good push.
Yeah, excellent plays by NaVi, giving Disruptor mid at the same time. They're doing the right moves, even though the start is so bad for them. Very good.
Yeah, they need to make sure they keep hitting every sort of beat here, because Nyx, the time that passes, he is just getting continued space, making the stacks, hitting these item timings, funning as well. It's looking like his game to potentially pop off. He's 2-0-2. He's top net worth at the moment as this offlane Void Spirit. Mid lane a jump in and a jump out.
He tried to glimpse, but they wouldn't get him.
Just the level 1 still at the moment. As Elias is, as you say, just trying to find that XP mid. We'll see what item build Funnick goes for. Void Spirit, definitely a hero with a lot of versatilities amongst these pros. We're still seeing some people go for the Crystallis build, the Orchid, or he's going to go for the much more standard, I would say, in my opinion, the Yule Scepter. And we'll see what he goes for after. I'd really like to see the Aghanims come out. I think that the Aghanims Void Spirit that they recently added is incredibly strong. But we'll see what Funnick's opinion is on it this game.
Yeah. The rest, you see skill build. He went for Mass Disable skill build. Just to lock down Ember, I think, and Void Spirit. But I like Rastas who just goes arc with arms. I mean,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm back. I don't know if that was me or maybe it was me. I'll just stop downloading. It wasn't me. Whew. Okay. I mean, I stopped some of the background downloads, I had going for later. They've been put to the sidelines. So we're good to focus on the Dota. 7 for 3 at the moment. The numbers are even. NaVi, after a bit of a slow start on the lanes, they're getting away with these kills, and they're getting away with the objectives. Mid lane, the push is coming in. Slayer slams down the Serpent wards. We'll see what HellRaisers can do to alleviate this.
No way he gets the kill. Oh, okay.
It was close. The ball charges from Kasani enough to top him up. Crystallize didn't quite have enough power in the tank to beat down that Ember Spirit alone. Roger is eyeing him, but a sleep stomp setup is not going to catch out a Morphling. He needs a little bit more than that. Needs a swap into a stun from Imposhka if they really want to try for this. Crystallize has got Ilias by his side. Ilias now with the 6. The Static Storm will be prepared. That extra catch that NaVi certainly need to deal with the Spirit's mobilities. Both Kasani and Funnick aren't going to be able to jump around the team fights. And even if he does find it now, Funnick's going to have that extra mechanism to keep him safe. The Yule Scepter's complete. So this Void Spirit just became that extra little bit more slippery.
Yeah. So who do you think is winning this game right now?
I gotta go with HellRaisers. I'm seeing this Medusa. She's getting bigger and bigger. I honestly rate the Medusa very highly with the Elder Titan Venge at all stages of the game right now. I mean, what about yourself? What are you feeling as for?
Yeah, I'm looking at this mid lane also. Yeah, I'm looking at this Prophet, and any even game with Prophets, it's not looking good for the Prophet team. Kind of want to be ahead on this hero, so regardless of Medusa, it's not looking that good for NaVi.
A lot of weight is going to be on Crystallize to do something big. Now this was their big final hero pick in this game, so he's the man that's got to do the carrying. Kasani's in range to start messing around with him. In he goes with the Spirit Vessel onto him. Crystallize tries to dance out of there. Will turn to the Ember, able to pop at the Flame Guard, but they've got the stun, and they've got more than enough damage control.
Panic.
With the Spirit Vessel, with the ET on top of them, he just crumbles. Jump over towards Ilias as well. It's a second pickup for Kasani. HellRaisers, it's starting to get bloody now. They know their power. They can run over NaVi's heroes, and Crystallize is just not getting the space he needs to have any chance to catch up with the carry potential of this Medusa.
Yeah. If they want, they can rush soon, even. There's a lot of options for them. But what should NaVi do here, though? They need to do something to come back. They need to start on them somehow. With Rasta. Rasta Elderlands soon. Not even close.
They have got the Diffusal on Magical. This can give them good potential in actually trying to sort of challenge the Deucer if Nyx turns up, but I'd say Nyx is just so leveled right now. Hitting the 15, he's now got that plus 40% Mystic Snake mana gain talent that just got insanely buffed in the previous big patch. So suddenly that Diffusal Blade burn, the mana's going to return to him instantly as soon as that snake bounces back.
Yeah, as soon as Morph finish Manta, they will win a 5v4 fight without Dusa. Pango gets like a roll behind them, and together with Morph jumping in with Waveform, they can win fights. It's all about starting on them here. We see a lot of arrows on the minimap. They want to go mid. Crystallize is saying, wait for my Manta. Let me go. They're gonna show one here and they're gonna smoke rests. We are smoking 3 heroes. This Prophet connects. Crystallize got smoked actually. This is not a good smoke since mid lane. Okay, he's showing mid. It's fine now.
See what sort of a wraparound they can find. I mean, Roshan is the focus. Nyx has got the DDs in the pit. So because of that, NaVi, they're not going to find anyone coming in to defend this tier 1.
Yeah,
this
very
tier
unlucky. But they can stop this.
They've got to move quick.
Yeah. You don't
It's getting
expect
low.
the rush to die that fast.
No, they're scanning it out now. They've found it out, but it's a little too late. Or is it magical? He's rolling in.
But-
It's going to be timed quite nicely. He's in,
Wow.
but he doesn't get the kill on the Aegis. Nyx is able to take both of them as Roshan will fall to HellRaisers. The Deucer grabs the Aegis. They look towards Kasani. The Static Storm will trap the Ember Spirit. Have they got the damage with the Serpent Wards? Is close. It's not enough. The Sleight of Fist dodging the Serpent Ward's final attacks as Kasani will get out of there. The Essence Ring heal helping him as well. They lose the Venge, but overall they get Roshan, the Aegis. They're taking
Manta the
kills.
stump.
They may even be able to get crystallized. He tries to Manta dodge it. He still gets hit by the sleep. He will bring down the ET, but he himself will almost certainly fall. There's the chase from Kasani up to the high ground. He's not going to have Sleight Fist back in time. He was still on cooldown. So actually ends up only feeding another kill to Crystallize. Crystallize is going to live out the back of this with a triple kill. That actually didn't end up going too disastrously for NaVi. They found something off the back of it.
Yeah, this guy is good on Morph. You see why they picked it.
I guess, yeah, it's sort of styling like that. Playing around, I mean, yeah, I say he was seconds away from dying. If that Slight was up from the Ember, he would have been cut down, but it wasn't there. And Crystallize walks away alive.
I thought it was cute, that fight. He had cooldown kinetic fields when he used the static. You saw it on the ward trap. But he used the ward trap to lock him down, the Ember. So close, killing them.
Yeah, those little things making all the difference at the moment in these fights. There's 3k up still for HellRaisers. They do have that Aegis on Deucer, as I say, still ready to play with. So they'll be key to look for more objectives. They start to push down mid. Roger. Sorry, Magical having to roll away there as Maposhka did nearly find him.
So
There's a ward up.
this Aegis doesn't matter when it comes to fights, because their objective in fights is to lock him down to Dusa, but not dealing damage to him. So Pang is gonna roll and try to bounce it on the Dusa, and Rast is gonna have Edolence and hex him top lane. Very big kill. Look at the
Very
damage.
nice. Yeah, Crystallize set that up perfectly. Turns into the Ember, and a slight change combo himself. Just locks the Ember down, allowing
Okay,
the
Dusa tips
Shaman to
top.
move in.
Now you get out and you move away from Dusa and take fights where Dusa is not, and they have a good opportunity.
Bottom lane, Pasha does get played around with. Funnick.
Look at the drawings on the map. Morphling crystallizes on point. He says we can take everything bottom here. Through fast.
Well, this is good fun to see. I don't think this is an easy morph game, but Crystallize, he's going full beast mode right now.
Adderlance cast range. Let's see. Yeah, they were warden them, so they know. So Dusa stopped farming to return to his team, which is the right play here.
Now it's on that dude. Funnick, he's gone for the correct build. Aghanims is done. This hero, honestly, double resonant pulse. It's beautiful. In he goes. It's just so much burst, so much ability to tank. And, you know, if you combo it, you know, you got 4 seconds silence to play around with. You add into an Ether Remnant pull. You know, if Funnick knows how to press the buttons, he's going to be terrifying. And he certainly does. He's 6-0-2. He has not died. This Aghanim's Void Spirit is going to be a bit of a nightmare for NaVi. And suddenly you've got to be much more careful with how you use the Manta as Crystallized. This extra chance of being caught out by the silence could really mess with you as a morph this game.
It's time to move top lane from NaVi. It's all about going away from the Dusa. And Prophet is not enough pushing top. They need 2 more to lock down Ember and kill the Ember with Morph. So they should move all heroes to top. So Dusa needs to keep on the move. If I'm Dusa here, I'm running straight mid into tier 3. Because it forces Dire not to farm anymore. And they can't stop the Dusa. So he needs to make like the big decision with this Aegis smoke coming.
Yeah, he'll take it off himself, so maybe he will go for, as you say, maybe a different bit of a movement to the rest of his allies.
Yeah.
See where Nyx does end up going. He's very close to in that 20. Yeah, he's going to start picking up the mid wave. The remainder of HellRaisers looking to smoke straight into NaVi here in the jungle. See who they can find. Looking for Crystallize. He's in. He gets the first silence off. Manta will remove it, but there's the second. He did start to morph in time. The pullback's there with the Remnant. Static Storm down, trying to hold Funnick back. The ult from Elder Titan won't clip the 2 of them. TP out from Crystallize is successful. He'll get out of there. Slayer will be left behind. Ilias tries the TP out, but Poshka's in with the Canceller. Has the swap available. They'll take the 2 supports, but Crystallize will live.
Not bad by NaVi, still. That was a smoke. If they can clear this mid wave, they have a really good time in NaVi. Actually, it's looking good for them, this game, even though it looked really bad a few minutes ago. We're gonna have the, what's it called, E-Blade? And Dusa's gonna finish BKB, but it doesn't matter, it's BKB, because they're not gonna go on Dusa. It matters a little bit. Can't get stunned. Ah, that's a big kill.
Yeah, great catch from Funnick and Roger. These two, they've been making plays throughout this tournament. They're this sort of pairing, and they're on brilliant heroes to do it this game. The Remnant and Sleep combo, always one to set up the other.
Yeah. So I kind of want Rasta to move to the bottom lane if you can. Dusa's doing the right thing.
Yeah, starting to knock at the doors of NaVi.
This is what they did game 1 against AM. You just sit on their base constantly.
They're going to try and go in a bit on the Dusa. They do drop the wards down. Funnick is just into the backlines, hitting this silence onto all three of them. He's got the Dissimulator jump over to look to nuke down Slayer, and Slayer's gone and down. Godlike now for Funnick. Nyx committing with the BKB and the Stone Gaze. Crystallize has to waveform back. You'll set up Funnick. Hasn't got the Remnant for another second, but the Sprout is actually holding Ilias down and it's set up for the own combo of Funnick. Buyback comes out from Rasta. We'll see what setup he can find. He looks for the Hex onto Nyx, but they turn the magic missiles there. They do manage to drag the Medusa back into the Static Storm. Shackle's well, but another swap. Miposhka keeping Nyx safe and out of this Slayer. He's almost certainly going to go down the second time. He's trying to hide in the trees, but the Venge illusion will find him. Magical rolling forward, looking for the bounce, controlling Nyx. Nyx, he's just standing his ground and still seeing it full HP and full mana. Kasani tries to catch Magical as he comes out of the Rolling Thunder. Will not be able to do so. Magical can get far enough away. The GG trees are being thrown down by HellRaisers. They feel strong and confident, knowing they can push on now. A member of NaVi out of the game for 50 seconds.
They're getting low. Prophet ult's coming up. Oh, that's a lot of mana.
See what they can get. Funnick instantly jumps in, looks for the morph. Stomp won't catch any of the members of NaVi. They keep their distance, but Nyx continues to hit onto the melee racks. It's very hard for them to push this Medusa back right now.
They need to deal more damage. They just need to poke a little bit harder.
Trying with these swashbuckles and such. But it's hard. It's up to Crystallize to do something big. Chains onto the two. Looks to try and jump into nuke down the Ember Spirit. Can he do so? He cannot. The Remnant's available. And now Morph's in trouble. The silence. Crystallize is gone. Dead for a minute. He does not have the money for buyback, so HellRaisers will easily clean up this full set of racks up top, and they could even start to look for more if they want to.
Yeah, the Roger Vlads is kind of making them get these racks. Dusa's getting mana from Mystic, but he's not getting mana without the Vlads. And now they have Vlads. That's why they sustain this push.
This is going to be a very hard hold on the side. Funnick setups in, jumps in, finds his target. The Disruptor's down. He's going to buy back Shackle control as well as the wards, but it's broken by Miposhka with the swap. Nyx goes in with the BKB. 2 kills for him. Over towards Magical. He jumps away with the swashbuckle, but Funnick, he chases him down, jumps over. The Essence Ring buys Magical some time, but it isn't enough. The Vessel's down on him. They lose the Pangolier. He buys back Funnick. Can he jump out? He has the Astral Step, but he's taking hits from the tower. Is he going to die? He will. They finally kill the Void Spirit. Funnick's not messing around, though. He wants to get straight back into the action. An instant buyback from him as HellRaisers are continuing with this push. Another tier 3 down. A second set of racks exposed. NaVi, they've got Crystallized back in the action. They've got to do something big. Tries for a quick nuke onto Roger. It's not enough to burst him low enough. Jump forward from Funnick. Plays with the counter to look towards Crystallize. Waveform away is used. Funnick is trapped by the trees for now. Resonant Pulse provides him the safety he requires. Stomp clips onto Pasha. Crystallize trying to finish off Funnick, but the Spirit Vessel is on to Crystallize. They do get the Void Spirit kill. Hex on to Nyx, but not before he was able to pop Stone Gaze. That kill onto Funnick will be enough to stop HellRaisers from sticking around any further. They will back away. NaVi, they're smoking up. They're looking to try and hit HellRaisers harder.
Who can they catch?
Dire's middle barracks are under
He's trying to get the diff on the bench. Nice time. Miposhka is playing really well.
See if he still goes down. Yeah, they are going to get him. But
He'll take it.
are they? Whoa! I mean, he's making his life last quite a long time up here. Finally does fall.
Yeah, the ET is the most important hero on Radiant right now. They have to deal with him somehow. It's the Vlads and the Auras.
This was an excellent hold from NaVi. I think HellRaisers maybe getting a little too excited there. That buyback into death from Funnick. Definitely a showing of it. That was his first death this game. He's certainly been feeling sort of the power trip that he's had with the beginning and first sort of 20 minutes of farm he had on this Void Spirit. But those kind of deaths, they are going to end up in the lap of Crystallize, giving him the funds to start to get closer and closer towards that BKB. And with the Manta BKB, a lot of those problems that HellRaisers lineup does give the Morphling are entirely eliminated.
I remember I said they had a carry player playing mid, but I mixed them up from earlier. I just realized Nyx was playing this when you mentioned it. My bad.
Yeah, but we have seen we've seen Kasani play in the mid lane as well, right?
Yeah, I guess they both play.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they've definitely got. Yeah, they've had the versatility in the team. They've done a few games either way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So them head over. They all managed to take this outpost back, but unable to reclaim their own. So outpost should be one apiece. Crystallize and Slayer keeping the action on this half of the map, trying to force some sort of response from HellRaisers. HellRaisers, they're sat around the pit though.
A good play by Dire here. They should respond to this stuff. They don't have to go rush right now.
They're going to lose this Brax if they don't. The pop fortification, they're not making the call to head back. They're just staying out around this Roche area. Rolling Thunder from Magical is going to play around them for a bit. This is going to get the base. Yeah, Navi's going to get the full set down bottom.
They need to start hitting front on Dire as soon as possible until they TP. And now they should start backing now. Now they're back.
See how long they stick around for. The Glimpse will send the Medusa back away. So there's no longer a Medusa here for this defense. He's been sent back towards the Roche pit, allowing Na'Vi the space to kill off the Venge. Nyx is slowly making his way back over. Na'Vi will now back off. They know the Medusa's inbound, and obviously with the Rapier, they do not want to mess with him. Catches there onto Crystallize. Can they save him? They cannot. They do manage to catch heroes on the way out. HellRaisers is getting both Crystallize and Slayer.
Midway. They need to handle midway somehow. Someone needs to suicide first. This is gonna get hard to get this wave into base. We'll force more buyback. Yeah,
for sure. HellRaisers, they've got this perfect setup now. Rapier, Aegis, Cheese, it's all on the Medusa. Nyx is ready to charge down mid. I mean, if they want to hold on to at least the Rex, they're definitely going to have to expend this buyback. I mean, they're probably going to need to expend it unless the HellRaisers are going to be given the space to just end the game if they want to go for tier 4s. See what they do. They're going straight for the tier 4s. They know that they've got to force this buyback out from Na'Vi, and it's got to come. Otherwise, this game's just going to crumble.
Fnatic just leading the charge. Always. You can see the way they play. It's always in front, even though he shouldn't be.
Here's the buyback. What can they do to stop this Medusa down? It seems hard with the Solar Crest buffing him up too. He's incredibly strong. The tier 4s are down. He can, if he wants, just start hitting this Ancient. There's very little that seems that Na'Vi can do to stop this. Crystallize takes the Spirit Vessel to the face. He's able to put the Manta, try and get out of there. The Remnant from Funnick won't catch him. Hex onto Medusa just to try and slow down this damage output. Magical jumps in with the shield crash and the Essence Ring. That buff keeping him safe enough to stay alive. Jumps over with the Swashbuckle, but he's been silenced up. They're on top of him. The Magic Missile stopping him from being able to get the ultimate off. He's now dead for 70. No buyback on the Pango. Pasha falls as well. He himself has got buyback available, but Nyx, he's focusing the throne. They're looking to close this one out, HellRaisers. Slayer, he's trying to hold Funnick down, but the Magic Missile cancels the shackle. Static Storm is there to control Kasani, but Medusa just steps over, starts taking them out. Triple kill for Nyx. They're onto the Ancient. HellRaisers, they're looking to close this down. They've got so much damage. Is it enough damage through the backdoor protection with that Rapier? It certainly is, as HellRaisers, they clean up game 3, and with that, the series as a whole, this best of 5 is going to go to them, as they are your CIS champions here.